else do I want to say? I'm going to bring you guys to Beijing. Then, when we arrive in Beijing, I'm going to give you over to Dan, and she's going to take care of you guys in Beijing. And I was told that BIT, Beijing Institute of Technology, our flagship co-partner, and they are going to send 3 or 4 volunteers to go with you when you are in Beijing. We are visiting the Great Wall, and we also arrange one evening to see some opera in Beijing Opera House or something like that. So if you have, when you are in Beijing, sometimes I might go with you, but I'm not going to stay with you for the dinners because I have a lot of friends in Beijing. They are willing to drink together with me. 喝酒去. All right. This is what I'm going to cover. Where China is, how many provinces or municipalities are there, and how long is the history, and how many people are there just now. That has said 1.4 billion. And how many ethnic groups, what is the economy like in China today, and what is the educational system, and how is the life of Chinese people today. And lastly, what kind of people are we? Okay. Most Chinese people are very hospitable. It's quite different from the Canadian people here, because in China, we very seldom people, when they are eating or drinking, they go Dutch, let's say UPU or something like. Because in China, if we go out to eat together in the restaurant, there's often just one person who pays. They treat each other. Okay. Anyway, here we go. The location. China is here. Russia, Japan, Korea, India, somewhere here. I think you guys know that. Okay. Administrative regions. Altogether, there are 34 administrative regions in China. There are 4 municipalities. Beijing, have you heard of Beijing? Okay, quite near Beijing, Tianjin. Okay, and Shanghai, everybody should know that, and Chongqing. These 4 cities are the municipalities. Okay, we have 5 autonomous regions. Okay, one is Inner Mongolia, Ningxia, Xinjiang, Xizang, and Guangxi. Okay, that's the 5 autonomous regions. We also have 2 special administrative regions. One is Hong Kong, another one is Macau. But we do not call it Macau in Chinese. We call it Aumen, Xianggang, Aumen. Hong Kong is Xianggang, Macau is Aumen. Okay, because in China, if you say, let's talk about Macau. Many people don't know Macau. You say Aumen, they know it's a place for gamble. Okay. Just like
Dakota Dunes?
yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
All right. We have the 4 municipalities, 5 autonomous regions, 2 special administrative regions, together with another 23 provinces. I was born in this province, Henan province. But now I'm working in Beijing. Not now, I'm working here. I used to be working in Beijing, and I have been in Beijing for 31 years. So when you go to Beijing, any place you want to go, or anything you are interested in, you tell me. I might bring you 1 or 2 or 3 guys together. And if I after I have my dinner with my friends, if I'm not drunk, I'm gonna go with you together to visit some of the places in Beijing. Okay, that's the general geographical locations of China. Altogether, 34 administrative regions. History. China's history can be divided into 4 periods. The first period is prehistory. Have you heard of the Peking man? But we didn't arrange you to visit the Peking man cave because I've been there for many times. I know it's not quite interesting. Just there is a cave there and nothing left with just a museum. Okay, right. And China's history is often is recorded from this dynasty, the ancient China up to today. And it is said that we have 5,000 years of history. So it's a quite old country. The first history, ancient China, covers 5 dynasties. And mostly that's slavery or something like that. Okay, next is Imperial China. And for Imperial China, it has lasted for more than 2,000 years. And that's mostly feudalism. Okay. And you know this place, that's Qin Dynasty. Okay. And you are going to visit this place in Xi'an. Okay. And this Tang Dynasty, which was one of the most prosperous dynasty in China's history, and this is the last imperial. It is the last imperial period, the Qin Dynasty. Okay. Republic of China. Anybody know this one? You just read about China, say it say. And this one? Chiang Kai-shek. Okay, but you know this one? Just want to show you. Is 100 here, 100 yuan. Chairman Mao Zedong. Okay, he's the founder of New China. New China was established in 1949 up to today. Okay. Unfortunately, I didn't see any subway here. Do we have subway here? In Beijing, the subway can carry you almost anywhere. However, the subway is, for most of the time, is crowded because many people are traveling by the public transportation. Okay. Of course, many families in Beijing and Xi'an, they have their own cars, private cars, but it's too dangerous to drive on the road if you are not too skillful. So I'm quite skillful, quite a good driver. But I only have a learner's license in Saskatchewan now because I've just saved over my written test. I'm going to take my road test someday. I just arrived in Saskatchewan in January. Okay, all right. Population. This is Wangfujing, the downtown of Beijing. I don't know if that is going to lead you here to go shopping. This is the shopping district. Okay. Very old, very crowded, and you can buy nearly everything there. Okay. Population currently is nearly 1.4 billion, and of the total world population. So among 5 people on Earth, one is Chinese. Okay, so number 1 is the countries by population and the density. Okay. One of my friends in U of S, when we were having meals together, he said when he came back from China, he felt very lonely. He stayed in China for 1 week. When he came back, he said, I always felt lonely because I couldn't see people. Okay. I don't know whether you are going to have such a feeling after you come back from China.
When you think about the land mass of Saskatchewan, and if you use Bell, we would be less than a person per kilometer.
Yeah.
Square. So less than 1 to 100. Right?
Yeah. And 56.6% of the Chinese people in urban areas. Ethnic groups. there are, this one, Tiananmen Square. And this is a place you are going to visit. That's the center of China's political system. Okay. And Tiananmen Square is a place that every Chinese will go to visit. And when you go there, you are going to have a chance to see that. For the ethnic groups, there are altogether 56 ethnic groups in China. But by far the majority is the Han. The Han ethnic group. The Han ethnic group takes up about 92% of the whole population. So I'm a Han, she's a Han,
How do you spell that?
she's a Han, and she's a Han.
And me.
Han. Okay. So the other 55 ethnic groups, in China we call them minority groups because they are really minority. Because 92% of the population belongs to the Han ethnic group. Han. Which town is it? Fourth town. The Han. Okay. So, when you are in Beijing and in Xi'an, for most of the people you see, they are Han. But we have one chance to visit, in Beijing, we are going to visit Minzu University, which is University of the Minority Ethnic Groups. And the students and the faculty, you are going to sit together and have a chat with them. All of them will be from the minority ethnic groups. You can ask questions about how they live today in China. But I can say that in China, the 56 minority ethnic groups, they have more privilege than the Han ethnic group because Chinese government has a policy to help them to grow, to make their population grow. Okay. I think most of you know that in the past several decades in China we had a very strict birth control policy. One couple, one child. But one couple, one child only applied to the Han, not to the other ethnic groups. For if you belong to the other 55 ethnic group, one couple may have 2 children. No. How I wish I'm not Han. Every ethnic group has their own special and unique lifestyle. They have different tradition, different customs, different lifestyle, different clothing style. So just by clothing, you can recognize, you can say this person belongs to which ethnic group. For example, even if I do not write anything here, the Chinese volunteer teachers, they know that this is the Uyghur, the other. Nowadays most of the other people, they mainly live in Xinjiang province. Okay. The Yi ethnic group, they have very beautiful clothes. And our dance group in Confucius Institute, they have one dance, is the Yi dance. Very beautiful. If you have, oh, you didn't go.
I think it's not.
Yeah, on Monday evening, we had an end of term performance. Did you guys go? Okay, next time when we have performance, we'll send you tickets. Okay, the tickets are free. Okay. Inner Mongolia, yeah, from their clothes, you can, their costumes, you can see the personality of these people. They are very rough, brave, and hardworking. Anyway. Nashi, yeah. By the way, most of the minority ethnic groups, they live in the border areas of China. Okay. That's some of the ethnic groups. Now, economy. This is a general picture of the development of the GDP in China. It's around 8% every year. Okay. Last year, in 2015, the GDP growth is 6.9, a little bit slower, but it is still much faster than here or in the US. Okay. I don't know if you have any idea of these numbers, so I just go over them very quickly. All right, education. This is a typical high school in China, because in China, for all the high schools, in the morning, after 2 periods, they have a break. And during the break, all the students are required to come out and do some exercise together. Okay. And they are required to wear the uniform when they go to school every day. Okay. The education system is quite similar here, I think. Nursery, 1 to 3, kindergarten, 3 to 6, elementary, 6 years, junior high, 3 years, and senior high, 3 years. But from elementary to junior high, these 9 years are compulsory free education. Okay. And from senior high, the student can choose either to go to the senior high school or just go to work or study in a vocational school or things like that. Okay. Then, after senior high, students have to take a national entrance examination. This examination will decide which university you can go, and it almost decides your whole life. Yeah. So the entrance examination in China is very, very important and very, very difficult. By the way, I used to be the English test designer for Beijing students. So my experience as English test writer or English test maker for this status, it is pretty confidential in China. But now we are in Canada, I can say that. In China, I can't say I am in the group writing the English test for national entrance examination, okay? Because it's national security or national confidentiality, okay? Anyway, one thing I should mention is that it is very difficult to be a student in China. You start learning from you are in mother's womb. Because all the parents say, we won't let our child to fall behind at the starting line. So they begin to have womb education. Okay. And the students, many little kids in kindergarten begin to learn the Chinese characters, begin to learn English. Their parents begin to send them to English school, things like that. Okay, so you are lucky to be born in Canada, because in China it's pretty difficult to be a student. It is even harder to be parents, because you have to, after work or on the weekends, you have to carry your child from this class to that class. And students say, that most of the students in China, they say, I don't have weekends. We just have Monday, Tuesday, weekday 1, weekday 2, weekday 7. Okay, just for the national entrance exam. Okay, then we have undergraduate studies, normally 4 years, and nearly everybody can pass. Okay, and then the postgraduate, for postgraduate education, is also expanding, because nowadays we are trying to get more postgraduate students, and we are trying to reduce the undergraduate number. Okay. Then doctoral is 3 to 6 years. I think it should be something similar to the situation here in China. If you study too good, too well as a postgraduate student, you cannot graduate because your supervisor will make you work for him for additional years. If you are too poor a student, you cannot graduate because you cannot meet the requirements. So only the ordinary students can graduate within 3 years. Okay. Some pictures, nursery in China. Kindergarten, there is a little bit of difference between the educational institutions in the cities and in the countryside, because this is the kindergarten in the city, this is the kindergarten in the countryside. Okay. Elementary school, then obviously they have better conditions than students in the countryside. Okay. But the difference is narrowing down. Okay. High school in cities, high school in the small towns or things like that. University in China, we have in Beijing Institute, because I came from Beijing Institute of Technology. I know in China we have a lot of very big classroom. For some of the courses, we have about 300 to 500 students sitting together to listen to the teacher, but not for English. For English, we have only 20 students also to be in one class because it's language class. Okay. I think this class might be for, I don't know, physics or chemistry. Life. If you have never heard of such kind of things, I should tell you that when you are in Beijing or in Xi'an, you can always, not always, you can often see very old senior citizens after retirement. They enjoy themselves by what we call in China square dance. 广场, they dance in the squares, so we call it. It's not the square dance in English. The square dance in China means dance in the square. Okay. You can see a lot, not only in the square, but also in the parks, and also in the residential areas. You can see very loud noise. Okay. And you can't go up and say, go away, it's too noisy, because they are senior citizens, we should respect them. Okay. But you seldom see young people like you to dance together with them. Okay. It's a privilege belonging to the senior citizens. Okay. This is in the city, this is in the countryside. The senior citizens in the countryside, they also have a way to enjoy themselves. Okay. Transportation in China, I think you have never, have you ever taken such kind of super high train? Dan has arranged you to take this one from Beijing to Xi'an. In the past, when I was traveling from Beijing to Xi'an, it took me about 12 hours or so, but now I think it's 3 hours or 5 hours?
Around 5 hours.
Around 5 hours, because this is pretty fast. Okay. Airplane in China is very safe, so don't worry. You should worry about the international flight, not the domestic flight. Okay. And we have long distance coach. Okay. The long distance coach is quite useful because there are so many people in China. The railway cannot take every person to travel. So some people take the long distance coach, especially during Spring Festival, because in China, Spring Festival is the biggest occasion. Everybody wants to go back home and just spend it together with their family members. Okay. The yacht. the cruise. Unfortunately, we're not going to take on the cruise because we are not, we do not schedule, we do not plan to travel in the Yangtze River or the Yellow River. Okay. And the buses in China is quite similar with the bus in Saskatoon, but it's more crowded. Because nowadays I'm commuting from the campus to the place where I live by bus. And whenever I get onto the bus, there is a seat. But in Beijing or Xi'an, when you get onto the bus, there may be no seat. Okay, that's it. And the private cars, this is the rush hour in Beijing. You can see the cars are quite close to each other. And if you can drive in Saskatoon, I'm not sure whether you can drive in Beijing. Because if you keep 5 meters from the car in front of you, the one behind you will honk the horn all the time and try to rush you up. Because if you have this distance, another car will come in. We don't have such kind of system like some people call it the zipper effect. Because in Saskatoon, if you do stop light, you come early, you stop, full stop, okay, and you go. In general, we don't stop. If we see there's no car, we go. And if the road this way is one car is following another, and the car going that way, they can never get into it because you don't have enough space there. Okay, so I'm a super driver. But when you are in Beijing and you want to go some places, I don't want you to be ill, but if you are ill, I can drive you to the hospital. Okay. By the way, the hospital in Beijing is very good. We have a lot of specialists in the hospitals, and I think the medical system in China is better than here in Saskatoon. Although you have advanced medical instruments, however, you have to make appointments. You have to wait for 3 months or half a year in order to see the doctor. But in Beijing, if you want to see the doctor, you just get up early and to have your ticket, your turn first. Okay, yeah. This is the subway in Beijing. In the rush hour, it's quite crowded. You don't need to walk into the carriage. People behind you will push you in. Okay. So, of course, so if you want to experience the subway, then I will take you not in the rush hour, maybe some other time. Okay. This is in the morning. If you don't want to take the subway, or you can also hire a bike, because in Beijing we have a lot of bike rental locations. You can rent a bike and take your bike, and you can return to somewhere else. Okay. And walking, the air in China is not so nice like in Saskatoon. However, it's getting better. I cannot guarantee you there will be no haze. So if you have a lung problem, I advise you to put on the things like that, because it's I don't know, because I have my phone used in China. I can see the air quality every day. Let me see what's the air quality today.
So if you have a puffer, bring extra, is what you're saying? Like for, okay.
Today the air condition is not very good, because if the we call it PM2.5, if it's under 50, that's good. If from 50 to 100, that's okay. If it's over 100, that's bad. And today, now in Beijing is 72. So, I've said it now here. So when you go to Beijing or Xi'an, don't complain about the air quality, because I've told you it's not so good as in Saskatchewan. Yeah. Closing. I believe nowadays in the two places you go, Beijing and Xi'an, they are very big cities in China, and the clothing is almost the same like people here, and we Chinese people even put on more colorful clothes than you guys do here, because when you go to Beijing, you can see by yourself. Food, quite different from the food here, but in my opinion, Chinese food is the most delicious in the world. Chinese people spend a lot of money cooking their own dishes on a daily basis. I doubt whether any family in Saskatoon will cook your own 3 meals on a daily basis. When I was in Beijing, I cooked, my wife cooked, I mean. Sometimes I cook, okay. My wife cooked 3 meals every day. Okay, because we spend a lot of time buying the vegetables, buying the food, preparing the food, and cook them, and we might spend 3 hours preparing for the meal, and we have the meal for 15 minutes. Anyway, eating is one of the most important elements for Chinese people. So don't worry about the food. You are going to like it. Every time we are going to have many different dishes, there must be one which you like. Okay. In the big restaurants, you will have a lot of very splendid dishes. Do you like the hot pot? Have you ever tried the hot pot? Who has tried the hot pot? Put up your hand. 1, 2, only 3. This is very, very delicious. Do you like hot things? If you don't, it doesn't matter, because we have double pots. On this side, it's very hot. On this side, it's not hot at all. Okay, all right. And the street food. Very lucky when you go there, it's warm, so you can see the food outside the outside of the restaurant. We have the street food. I like street food very much because normally in summer we take off the shirts, we sit on the roadside, we ordered dozens of beer. We just have 2 or 3 cold dishes, and we drink to our heart. If you get drunk, there should be someone who is taking you back.
I'm not carrying anybody, just right now, I'm not carrying you guys.
Whatever we pay you.
By the way, on the campus, we have such kind of places, 2 places like this. So if you want to go, don't forget to tell Candy that I'm going to the street food store in BIT. Or you call me, I'll go together with you. But I'm a very good drinker, so if you can't drink more than 10, 50 bottles, very big bottles, if you can't drink more than 10 bottles, don't go with me. Because when I'm drinking beers, I drink 1 bottle after another. I say, I drink 1, you drink 1. Okay? All right? That's the food in China. Remember, in China,
We
there
gotta
must
have
be...
a system, people. We gotta have a system. Someone gets lost, no, I'm serious. We should probably talk about that at some point as a system. If someone gets disconnected from the group, we got our WeChat, but we gotta come up with something. And I'll look to you guys to help me develop that.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going before we go, I'm going to give you my number in China. My telephone number in China. Whenever you have a problem, you call me directly.
I think it's on the paper.
Yeah.
Is that on that?
Yeah, it's on the
Good.
paper.
Yeah.
My phone is on 24 hours a day. Accommodation, the villa is for the rich few, as India maybe. Apartment is for everybody in cities, but it's very expensive. This is the house in the countryside, and the Kodonggo in Beijing, you are going to take a tour there. We have a very small area which still keeps the traditional living style of Beijing. For other places, you see the big apartments. Okay, we have a small area of Kodonggos, and we are going to take a tour together. Okay, I might spare some time to go with you. Traveling. Anybody know this? You are going there, the Great Wall. Anybody know this? You are going to go there. Anybody know this? Yellow Huangshan. Okay, but you are not going there. Anybody know this? This is Zhouzhuang. It's some people call it Eastern Venice, a small town on river, on water. Zhouzhuang, very famous, but you are not going to go. I prepare this for your further visit to China. Okay, we are going to cover 2 places on the screen, and for these 2, I leave it for you to go to China next time. Okay. Of course, we have many more other places like that. The last one. No, the traditional festival. Anybody know this is spring? This is the Spring Festival, the biggest occasion in China. Normally, it's the first day of lunar calendar, the first month, January lunar calendar. Anybody know this festival? Have you heard of Lantern Festival? This is the Lantern Festival. Anybody know this one? We call it Qingming in Chinese, but in English we call it tomb sweeping. On this day, nearly everybody will go to the tombs of their forefathers and show their or give some tribute or things like that. Okay. Nobody knows this one? We have this festival in Saskatoon, Dragon Boat Festival. Okay. And this one? No, the tea is just the other thing. Look at this one. The Mooncake, Mid-Autumn Festival. Because on Mid-Autumn Festival we eat mooncakes. Yeah. This one? We call it Double Ninth Festival. Double Ninth. That's September 9th of Chinese lunar calendar. This is the day to show your respect to the old or to the senior citizens. Last thing, what kind of people are Chinese people? Just like people in Canada, you have different faces, different personalities. You have good people, you have good guys, bad guys. The same in China. Okay, but generally speaking, Chinese people are very hospitable. One example is that just now I've said that in China, very few people would go Dutch in the restaurant or in the bar. We don't go Dutch. In the bar, we don't go wrongs. We don't say it's your wrong. You go to buy everybody a beer. There will be just one person who treats everybody. If I invite you, I'll pay. If you invite me, you will pay. Not like I hate UK. I've been in UK for many times because my PhD was obtained from UK. In UK, I remember I went to the bar together with my supervisor to celebrate the completion of my PhD program, and when we have 5 people in the bar, and my supervisor went to buy a round, then another person buy a round, they say, it's your turn. They celebrate my completion of my PhD, I have to spend money. I think it's unfair. In China, these things seldom happen, because there will be one who is going to treat all the other people. Okay, so if Candice do not worry, I'm going to invite some of you guys to go out for on BIT campus. I'm going to pay, don't worry about the money, you're not going to pay, just drink to your heart. Okay?
Another thing will be put in place.
Yeah, another thing is that many Chinese people are quite reserved. Maybe just like First Nation people, most Chinese people are quite reserved and shy. We do have brave ones. When you are visiting Tiananmen, Summer Palace, or the Great Wall, some of the young guys, the old ones like me, we don't do this. Young guys might go up to you and says, hello, nice to meet you. They might speak English. They say, hello, nice to meet you. Can I take a photo together with you? Because for some of the travelers to Beijing or Xi'an, they may come from the countryside or from small towns. They have never seen a foreigner. They would feel very curious about that. If they can take a picture with you, they can show off to their neighbors when they go back. So I personally suggest, if someone says, hi, nice to see you, can I take a picture with you? I think they don't have any evil intention. I think the best suggestion is say, 好. Or you say, 很好, 可以. Of course you can say English. Yes, of course. They take a picture together with you and they would say, thank you, and they run away. It doesn't hurt anybody. So, from point of the Chinese people, if someone asks you to take a photo, if you say, well, I have never seen any foreigners, when I'm taking them to travel around in China, some of the Chinese travelers come up and say, can I take a picture with you? I have never seen anybody say, no, I'm not going to take a picture with you. Because for the Chinese people, if you say, no, just take a picture, no big deal. Then if you refuse or reject, they will feel, okay, the Canadian First Nation are not friendly. Something like that. Okay, so if someone take a picture with you, just take it. Okay, right. We have, in China, we classify people according to their occupation. Okay, we have the farmer, the workers, farmers, businessmen, students, soldiers, teachers, doctors, lawyers, sportsmen. Do you know this one? You know his name? Used to be #1 badminton player for many years in the world, Lin Dan. Okay, you don't know, that's why I don't know the U.S. Huskies. The same. Okay, you know this one? An actress. Anybody know her name?
From Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Zhang Ziyi. If you don't know, it doesn't matter because you can never see her.
Yeah.
Because the big ones, the so-called celebrity, they have very good protection from the ordinary people like you and me. We can't see them. Okay, anyway. That's it. 谢谢. Yeah, in Chinese, if someone has done something for you, you say 谢谢. Thank you. Okay, that's it. Thank you guys. 谢谢.